What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide, back with another movie review. Today, we're going to take a look at a film from 1978 directed by Chan Che. That film is Five Deadly Venoms, which is, a very well-known martial arts period film of 1978. So the same year that Dawn of the Dead came out, same year Halloween came out. There's a lot of good movies coming out in the late 70s, early 80s in terms of martial arts flicks. They got increasingly violent. They were violent back in the 70s, like way more violent. But and this movie, it's good. Don't get me wrong, I liked it. But I must have had this confused with something else because I know I'd seen something else. And perhaps it was in the sequel, also known as Crippled Avengers, but it's The Return of the Five Deadly Venoms. So I don't know, I could have these mixed up, but basically the story of this film is there's this Poison Clan where there's these 5 members and they all possess different, different skills. One of them's like a toad, which is almost invincible. There's a snake, there's the centipede and scorpion. So, and I think there's one other one, but they all have different powers and different attributes and stuff like that. And this is all about them kind of all trying to find this fortune. You know, like, the thing I gotta admit about tonight's viewing of Five Deadly Venoms is I smoked like 3 fucking joints. So a lot of it was just kind of like waiting around for the action. And that's kind of how I feel with a lot of these martial arts flicks that are of this time. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really good ones. Like 36 Chambers is probably my favorite, like, of that type of film, you know, like set back in the day. There's other really good ones, One-Armed Swordsman, Flying Guillotine, different things like that. 2 movies I actually don't own in my collection. Lady Snowblood is another one. That's earlier. That's the earlier 70s, I believe 1972. But this genre of film has always stuck with me because of Richie, my stepdad. Loved martial arts flicks. I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. In Jamaica, he said they played 2 types of films. They played martial arts flicks. They played westerns, and he said that was what he saw a lot. So in like secondhand smoke degree martial arts flicks, wisdom was bestowed upon me, you know what I mean? So there's not a whole lot of violence in this film. Like, there's violence, but there's not a whole lot of blood. You know, there is an Iron Maiden, which is fucking awesome, and they put the Toad guy in there who's like invincible. They put him in there once, nothing happens. They fuck him around. Like the Scorpion guy, like, gets some, finds his weakness, which is in his ears. And then they put him in the Iron Maiden, and they torture him some more. They put like a fucking really, it almost looks like a shield, like a piece of armor that you would put on your back, like an old medieval times one. And they get it hot as fuck and put it on his back, burn the shit out of him. They do like Chinese water torture on him and shit. So that was pretty good. And I also got to point out that this version of Five Deadly Venoms, like, this is not, this is the Telefilms International release, which is 100% a rip of a widescreen, mind you, VHS version of Five Deadly Venoms. So if you're gonna seek out these types of movies, I would go ahead and try to find Dragon Dynasty, because they're a company that is putting out really high quality prints of the movies. There's usually a decent amount of features and stuff. So I've always sort of likened Dragon Dynasty to like a Scream Factory type company. So if you're interested in checking out some of these flicks, it even says right there, Crippled Avengers. Because I was looking this up because I was trying to, I was searching a certain scene that did not happen in the film, and I was like, okay, maybe it was cut, I don't know, but it could have happened in this, okay? And there's a good chance that I've watched this already, but it's been so fucking long since I bought it. Like, one thing I'm slacking on my collection is actually watching a lot of the Asian films that I have. Like, there's 3 shelves of just, like, the top shelf is all stuff that I love, lots of Kinji Fukasaku, different directors I really like John Woo and fucking Park Chan-wook, Bong Joon-ho, different guys like that who I really like. But I need to sit down and watch these movies. And like, today's my birthday, the 25th, and it really made me go, okay, I need to start getting some of these fuckers watched because it's getting ridiculous. And I really wanted to find an excuse to make some videos tonight, because sometimes I get hit with a little bit of inspiration. I'm like, fuck it, man, I need to make some videos. So I did actually watch 2 movies tonight. The other one was The New York Ripper, which I'll be talking about in the next video, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, when I watched these, when I watched Five Deadly Venoms, let's be specific, it brought me back to a time when I was a kid, and sitting there on the couch watching Richie watch these movies, and being so enamored or being so entertained by his reaction to these movies that it made the movies seem better than they actually are. Like, I remember watching some stinkers, like those paper sleeve martial art flicks from Walmart for 99 cents back in the day, where like the guy would punch and then psh, like seconds later the noise would come. So it would be like psh, and every fucking move there's a noise like psh, 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 psh. Like every time they move, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun in its own way. But I would definitely recommend, probably if you're looking for more graphic violence in terms of bloodshed, I would seek out maybe something from a little earlier in the 70s. I would definitely recommend, like I said, Lady Snowblood. I would definitely recommend 36 Chambers, Flying Guillotine, different movies like that where there's a bit more brutal graphic, blood and shit like that, because that's kind of what you want to see. And this movie story, it's just about like them trying to find this fortune, and none of them know each other. The Poison Clan member number 3 and 4 know each other, but 5 knows number 1, and it's all kind of over the place, so no one can trust anybody. And yeah, I had a good time with it. It's been so long since I watched that film in its entirety. I remember starting it probably when I first moved here, actually. I think I put it in one night, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. Maybe I was turned off by the fucking transfer, but this is not the type of movie that I'm gonna be seeking out in like higher resolution or anything like that, because it's not one of my favorites. But I will definitely recommend checking it out, because if you want to watch these like Shaw Brother type films, it's one you can't really escape. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you have any recommendations for Asian films, especially from the 70s, let me know in the comments. Even going into the 90s, like I like Takashi Miike. I like, they don't have to be period pieces. I love a lot of different Asian films, mostly crime. Crime is probably my favorite genre. The Yakuza, I don't have like that many, but what I have I really like. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for watching. So 666 in the comments, and adios.